Welcome back to my channel. This is Wild Journeys with Peter van Kets. If you love mountain biking, then the next two episodes are just for you. Beyond the Desert Edge expedition takes us from Damaraland in central Namibia down further south near Swakopmund along the coast, and it's an absolutely incredible journey. Massive rugged canyons, big mountains, and some of the most beautiful mountain bike riding on the planet. Check this out. Day 10 was with us. We're now at the Wilderness Adventure Camp, and our guide that's helped us to skim the skeleton coast right on the edge of the desert right down to the Huab River. The Huab River has now left us. We've had to pack all our kit on our bikes again, and I started this incredible journey up the escarpment out of the Huab River to the high plateau, and then obviously to then go down to the Huab River. The ride was probably some of the best riding we've had on the journey so far. Absolutely barren once again, but these beautiful red mountains, rocky mountains. Some of the mountains look like they've been made out of garnet. Just spectacular. So wonderful riding. Jacques joined me again. They had their day off the day before, so it was nice to have some company again. But getting up to that high plateau, again, 35, 40 kilometers of uphill riding. But once we went over, just spectacular fields of Welwitschia plants. So we had like a nice 35, 40 kilometer downhill on the other side. So whenever there's a good uphill, there's always a big downhill. That seems to be one of the things. And so we had this. Once we started coming down into the Huab River, it was just phenomenal. Some of the best mountain biking I've probably ever done in my life. And what happens is, as you start going down into the valley, the gorge just becomes narrower and narrower and narrower, and it's this sharp, jutty rocks that are sticking out, and it looks once again like something from an alien movie. But the gorge just gets narrower and narrower and narrower, which makes the single track riding just spectacular. As I said, some of the best that I've ever had. But we descended really far to get down to the river. We stayed that evening at the Save the Rhino Trust Huab camp. It's a beautiful camp. It's quite bizarre because you get down to the river, and we haven't seen proper civilization for a very, very long time, and there's this camp that's set up by the Save the Rhino Trust, obviously raising funds for rhino conservation within Namibia. That was just lunchtime getting there, already done 42 kilometers. Now it was heading up out of the Huab River. I knew what was in store for me getting out of the river, but I had no idea how far it would actually take me. So I've calculated that from the bottom of the river to the top of the river is 106 kilometers of uphill. Never had such a long uphill in my life before. So early morning start from Huab River saw us getting up into the mountains, quite close to the Brandberg. It was an extremely misty day, so it was one of the first times I've had to don on my hi-tec waterproof, windproof jacket and get started with the day. There were big days. What I was planning to do was to try and pass the point that I was planning to get to at the end of each day so that we could have some time off. But once again, it's just a miracle to see how the when the mist comes in to the desert, how it just feeds everything and everything just lives off that. Brandberg is a spectacular area, and it's definitely a place that I want to come back to and explore. It's vast. In this shot you can actually see the Brandberg in the background. It's just this massive monolith kind of rock that sticks out of nowhere with so much in it. And obviously one of the most famous things is the infamous White Lady painting, We had lots of fun just messing around with a mountain bike en route to Ois, which is a mining town quite close to Brandberg. Once I got to Ois, turned off towards Henties Bay and the coast again. Long, incredible journey down to the coast. We've got our Dunlop representatives here, one or two of the Dunlop clients that have joined us for a couple of days. So it was good having them. Very early the next morning, got back in the car again. Drove out to the start of the probably going to be the second last day of riding down towards Swakopmund. Getting there was also another, again, hard ride. There have been hard rides every day. Henties Bay, getting to Henties Bay was quite a big milestone for us. And then once you get to Henties Bay, there's this amazing salt road that runs straight along the coast. And it is quite nice to be on a road that doesn't do this all the time and over rocks. So it's quite smooth, fast going, kind of averaging 21, 22 kilometers per hour. We didn't want to finish it on that day, so we decided to call it quits at a place called Mile 14, which is 14 miles outside of Swakopmund. And en route to that, I had quite a surprise by one of the local celebrities, aka one of our crew members, Jacques Marais, who I was busy driving up this road and he got into a Borat suit that I placed in his bag right at the beginning of the trip. I don't even know if he still knows me. And he came running out of the blue with this Borat suit on. It's quite a sight to see somebody in a Borat suit in the middle of the desert. Absolutely almost wet myself with laughter. Just amazing. Finishing mile 14, a couple of beers. Once we finished that, we drove out to a farm very close to Swakopmund, set up camp there. We're quite used to setting up camp now, it goes quite swiftly. And we had a fantastic evening with the new bunch of Dunlop clients that have come in to spend a couple of days with us. So looking forward to the last little bit coming into Swakopmund, and we'll fill you in as that happens. So how cool was that riding? This is a final sum up of Beyond the Desert Edge expedition with some of the highlights of the whole trip, all packaged into one. Enjoy this. Next week we're going to be starting an incredible journey inside South Africa, visiting all 9 provinces, 9 incredible wild journeys, 9 incredible adventures, most amazing people. We'll see you next week. If you like this channel, please subscribe. Please send me a message, write something down, like the video. We'll see you next week. So Beyond the Desert Edge expedition is over. Jacques and I have arrived in Swakopmund with the team, Peter and Graham Kirk, who have filmed this incredible expedition. Jacques and I have been on the desert edge cycling on the desert edge for 2 weeks now, and it's been unbelievable. We've been through vast, massive plains where there's nothing for miles. We've been through these canyons of just incredible beauty. We've looked at nature, the small little things. We've had the mist come in. We've seen how the desert comes to life. We've experienced the pain on a bicycle seat, and now we're done.